idara ya elimu, idara zote, sehemu zozote katika taifa letu, kwamba ni lazima tuweke kipaumbele mambo ya disaster management. Na ukienda budgets za counties, na unajua disaster management is a devolved function, although tunafanya pamoja national government. Ukienda budgets za county government, county departments za disaster, hakuna kitu. Uenda usome disaster management plan. Hata national government hatuweki kipaumbele mambo ya disaster management. Kwa hivyo ningependa kusema kwamba shida kubwa ambayo tunang'ang'ania ama tunapigana nayo sisi wote kama taifa ni kwamba lazima tukue na proper disaster preparedness kama nchi ili kukabiliana na mambo disaster yoyote yenye inaweza kutokea. Katika ile mambo ya border protection huko Mandera, niliongea juzi na ningependa kurudia tena kusema kwamba taifa letu liko salama. Liko salama sana. Hakuna wasiwasi yoyote ambayo unaweza kusema kuna wanajeshi wa nchi zingine ama regions za nchi zingine ambao wamekuja Kenya kudhoofisha mambo ya usalama. Hakuna kabisa. Ningependa kusema hakuna mtu yoyote kutoka nchi nyingine amekuja Kenya kwa minajili ya kuja kupigana na Wakenya ama kupigana na Kenya. Hakuna kabisa. Na nilisema kwamba kila mara tunapokuwa na shida katika nchi jirani, unapata kwamba wananchi wanatorokea upande za Kenya, wengine wakikuja upande huu wanatafuta usalama. Ni ile kwamba nchi yetu iko salama. Na tunashirikiana na nchi jirani kuona kwamba wale watatorokea Kenya kwa kuhofia usalama wao, huwa wanarudisha kwa njia ya usalama. Kwanza ningependa kusema kwamba enemy ambayo tunaendelea kupigana nayo ni Al-Shabaab. Hawa ndio terror group ambayo imetusumbua kwa miaka mingi sana. Sisi hatupigani kama nchi na nchi ya Somalia, hatupigani na region yoyote ya Somalia. Sisi tunapigana na adui moja ambaye ni Al-Shabaab. Na kwa hivyo wale ambao nimeona wengine ambao wamewahi kuwa katika ofisi za uongozi katika taifa letu wakiongea kiholela kwa mambo ya usalama. Hakuna mtu anaweza kuongea kiholela kama umewahi kuwa na ofisi hapo awali. Haiwezekani. Na mimi nataka kushukuru former waziri Matiang'i kwa sababu amejiweka kwa njia ambayo ameheshimu ile ofisi amewahi kuwa waziri kama mimi. Hakuna siku nitatoka hiyo ofisi alafu wakati muda wangu umeisha nimetoka kwa hiyo ofisi niende niongee kiholela kuhusu security ya nchi. Nimeona wale wamewahi kushika ofisi za juu. Vice President Kalonzo, former Vice President wa Munyoro, wanaenda kuongea huko nje kiholela mambo ya usalama. Wanatafutia siasa ya pesa nani mambo ya usalama. Kweli tumekuwa na bahati mbaya kwamba watu kama hawa wamewahi kukaa kwa National Security Council. You know, mtu umewahi kukaa kwa National Security Committee, you know, huwezi enda kuongea kiholela mambo ya uongo ili kuharibia nchi yako. Mimi nataka kusema hapa wazi, Kenya is not under any threat from Somalia or any regional force from Somalia. The only threat we face as a country is the threat of Al-Shabaab. And every time our neighbors have any challenge, we have been able to accommodate any of the citizens of Somalia who have come to Kenya and return them in the right way. Some who have been able to be returned have been accommodated in Dadaab refugee camp. There has never been a threat. And I want to insist here, Kenya is not under occupation. You know, I see some lawyers speaking very in a casual manner. When you say there are occupation of forces from other country in our country, it means they have come in to invade us and cause and take over. We are absolutely, there is no one in Kenya that is in Kenya where, to occupy any part of the country without the Kenyan forces fighting them. And that's why any part we see an Al-Shabaab operative, we have been fighting them. Any other person who has come to look for safety, we have always found ways of returning them back to their country. Again, I want to reiterate that the security team that has gone to the media team that I saw some of the news items that some of your journalists went there. I saw them reporting from primary school in Mandera, reporting, interviewing our administrators in that region, and I didn't see any results to see that our schools are occupied or our people are under threat. Our country is safe, very safe, and I insist, very, very safe. We are not under occupation. And those who are just speaking in a very casual manner, occupation is a technical term. That means a takeover by a foreign force on any part of Kenya. There is none. And there is nothing that is happening in the country that we don't know. And there is nothing that is happening in this country that is happening and we are not handling in the right way, in the security way. All we are more focused in is to deal with criminals and to deal with Al-Shabaab as a terror cell. And we are not going to lift our focus from that issue. Any other diplomatic issues related to citizens of other country coming in or officers from other country, if they are found to Kenya, there is a diplomatic channel between us and Somalia or any region of Somalia to make sure that that is sorted. Kenya is safe and working with its partners to make sure that we continue dealing with the threat of terrorism, especially of Al-Shabaab. And we are very focused. In any case, the people who have been speaking have been talking about that we are in conversation with Al-Shabaab. So they need to have they need to calculate their statements properly. One hand, they say the government of Kenya has talked to Al-Shabaab. Now they are jumping. They are saying that, no, it's not Al-Shabaab. We are talking to the enemies of Al-Shabaab. So they need to tell us, are they with Al-Shabaab or are they with the citizens of Kenya? And this cheap politics that is being done using security must stop. And I want to remind former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka and the former Deputy President, together with all those people who are speaking, especially persons who have held offices. I see the former Attorney General sitting there. He was a member of the National Security Team. I see sitting there former Minister Matiang'i of Interior, the National Security Team. Former Vice President Kalonzo has sat in National Security Team. Former Vice President Wamunyoro has sat in National Security Team. They must conduct themselves in a manner that demonstrates that they understand, even though they have personal challenges with leadership, they must also not struggle with the question of security. They must understand that this is not a sector that you can play political sport. So for our people, for our citizens in Mandera, everything is in order. We will, if there is any challenges of any person who is spotted in our country, civilian or otherwise, that have visited our nation, you know that we are going to deal with those issues, and we have always dealt with. But at the moment, our country is safe. The last, you are asked two questions. Yeah, and I've answered. Yeah. So the last two questions.
I really want to ask a question. Yeah, sure. So my name is Violet Awa. I work with TV47 in Kakamega County. Some time back, we covered a story over a police post that has only one police officer. Yeah. Are you aware that we have police stations or police posts that have less police officers? Absolutely. Do you have plans to deploy more?
Yeah, that's true. We have genuine challenges of strength of police officers because of the numbers that have subsequently reduced over time with when we have not done recruitment. The good news is that we are recruiting 10,000 police officers, and that information will go out next week. You will be told about the dates and the processes of recruitment. We will also make sure that the recruitment will be free and fair of this influence of corruption and so forth. And once we do that, it will increase the strength of our police officers. That is actually the crux of Jukwaa Usalama. These issues have continued being raised. We also have police stations that whose strength, some of the officers are struggling with mental health, alcohol, and so forth. And we have the IG has given directions. I also give policy directions that all officers that are deployed must be of right mental health, and those who are struggling with alcohol abuse and so forth or addiction, they must be taken to rehabilitation center, and those who have mental health challenges must also be attended to, so that we have officers that are going to do the job that they are supposed to do. Yes, Maina, and then last.
Yeah, my name is Givasuma from KBC. On the Mandera issue, you've said those could be the people seeking safety and refuge in our country. Maybe you could provide their current status as now. How are you treating them? Are you treating them as refugees? Where are you keeping them for their safety? How are they being provided with their basic needs, shelter, where they're being housed, and those kinds of things?
At the moment, I can say without fear of contradiction that we don't have people in the country. That I can say that without fear of any contradiction, that there are no citizens of foreign forces that are in the country as we speak. And that I saw was covered by your news, media and so forth. And that and that's why I say it, sometimes when citizens or anybody is coming to seek for refuge in Kenya, there always are modalities and processes that we engage in, including profiling and identifying the areas they will go and so forth and so forth. But at the moment, we don't have existence of those foreign forces. And we also don't have anybody in Kenya that is in Kenya to come and arm us, except the Al-Shabaab that we are dealing with. And that remains our constant threat. And we will work together with our neighbors and our brothers in Somalia to make sure that this issue is being dealt with decisively. So for avoidance of doubt, as I said the other day, if there is any citizen from other country that has come to our nation, investigations will be done to establish if they are. But so far, we don't have them. And we have a very peaceful nation, very peaceful country. Sometimes I saw some citizens saying that there are some officers from the neighboring country who are close to our border. We will also have to speak to them to make sure that the activities around our border, even however close it is, must not affect our side of the border. And therefore, the national, our Ministry of Defense and our National Defense Forces have the capacity to handle that issue effectively. But speaking as a Minister of Interior, internally we are safe, except the constant threat of Al-Shabaab that we are dealing with every day. Last one.
Thank you, sir. My name is Brian Bitini, working for SMFM here in Kakamega. My question is just concerned about umezungumzia kuhusu mambo na goons. Katika historia ya hivi karibuni tumeona mikutano ya watu ama ya viongozi wa upinzani ikivurugwa kwa njia moja ama nyingine, wengine wakilalamikia kwamba wamekuwa chini ya usimamizi wa maafisa wako wa usalama. Leo hii ukiwa hapa Kakamega unawahakikishia vipi?
Nahakikisha kwamba ofisi ya usalama haijui nani ni opposition, nani yako serikali. Kazi yetu ni kupambana na majangili na wakora na goons na gangs, na tutafanya hivyo haijalishi uko kwa upande wa serikali ama uko upande wa opposition. So kila mtu akuwe tayari kufuata sheria, na ukifuata sheria uongee na security team, seek the necessary notifications, utapewa security ufanye mikutano yako. Hakuna haja kwenda kutafuta majangili wakuja wa kusimamia kwa mkutano. Wewe ukileta notification kwa national police officers who are here and the security team in the county and region, haijalishi huko upande kwani wa siasa, tutapatia wananchi ulinzi ya kutosha ili mkutano iendelee. Lakini kuna wengi ambao wanajaribu kufanya mikutano kiholela na wamebebana na magengi na majangili, hiyo hatutakubali.